Today I'm going to show you how to make a pom-pom using a pom-pom maker. The pom-pom maker that I'm using is from the brand Clover, and this is a small size. They come in lots of sizes, and it makes this sort of size pom-pom. I made this pom-pom on this pom-pom maker. They come in lots of sizes. There's 2 in a package when you buy them. This is the smaller of the 2 in this package. And the way that they work is they have these sort of little arms that swing out on either side. There's 2 arms on one side that bend out, and then there's 2 arms on the other side that open up, just like that. And then there's this little metal piece in the middle that connects these 2 halves, and we can pull it apart in the center, and then you can connect them back together. And the way that we're going to make a pom-pom maker, or the way we're going to make a pom-pom, I should say, is we're going to open the arms of the maker on one side. And you're going to need some yarn, obviously, and a little pair of scissors. I like these. They have a little sharper point at the top. It makes it easier for snipping. So you're going to start by, like I said, opening the arms on one side of the pom-pom maker, and you have this little sort of arch shape right here. That's where we're going to wrap our yarn around. So I'll take the end of my yarn and sort of hold it in place here with my thumb, and then I'm going to wrap round and around the center piece and fill this up with yarn. And the more you wrap around, the fuller your pom-pom's going to be. I always say that you cannot wrap too much when you're making a pom-pom. You want to pack as much yarn as possible onto this little guy because you want a nice fluffy pom-pom. We don't want any scraggly little pom-poms. That's kind of sad. So I'm going to wrap it up as much as I can until it pretty much won't close. So I've wrapped a whole bunch around that little arch. I'm going to fold that closed. And then I'm going to open up the wings on the other side and just bring my yarn from over here and wrap this side as well. You can use, oops, those were my scissors. You can use any size yarn you want when you're making a pom-pom. This is a worsted weight, but you could do it with any yarn that you want, any yarn that your project was knit in if you're putting it on the top of a hat. Obviously, if it's a thicker yarn, you don't have to wrap as much. If it's a thinner yarn, you'll have to wrap a whole lot more. But we're just going to keep wrapping and trying to space it somewhat evenly around. There's going to be some trimming that we're going to have to do later on, but I'm still wrapping until it's about as full as the other side, and then I'm going to close that. And I'm going to take my scissors, and I'm going to cut my yarn from attached to my ball, just trim it. And now what we're going to do is, if you look on the side of the pom-pom maker, we want to find that little arch hidden under all those wraps. There's like that little gap right there. That's where we want to put our scissors in. And we're going to snip all of the wraps all the way across the top here. So I've got my scissors in here, and I'm just going to snip until I've cut every wrap all the way across. And now I'm going to turn it over. And I'm trying to hold it closed as I do this. I don't want the arms to open up. So I'm going to snip again the same way all the way across the top here until I've cut every little strand, just like that. You can see all the strands are cut. And now we're going to need another little length of yarn to tie our pom-pom with. So I've got a little piece of yarn here. We're going to put the yarn in that groove where our scissors went, right in there, and I'm going to push it through until it goes into the center of the pom-pom maker right there. And then I'm going to turn it over and pull the yarn until it's right around in the center, like you can see there. And I'm going to tie a double knot, nice and tight. And when you pull that knot, make sure it goes all the way down as tight as you can. And we're going to knot it again, nice and tight. And now is when the magic happens. We're going to open up the arms of the pom-pom maker on one side and on the other side. We're going to pull the 2 pieces apart, and that's what's going to release our pom-pom. And it looks a little oblong shaped and a little scraggly looking right now. It's going to need to be trimmed. You have to give it a little haircut. So now is when I'm going to go in with my scissors. And you'll want to take your time doing this to really shape your pom-pom. The more you trim it, the nicer it's going to look. So we have to give it a little bit of a haircut. Some pieces that are sticking out are going to be a little bit longer. I'm just going to trim those. And keep trimming until it's the shape that you like. Kind of like a topiary. And stop and fluff it up every once in a while. The Pom Pom Maker is nice for making pom-poms because it makes them relatively round when you finish. A nicer shape and easier to do than wrapping your yarn around a piece of cardboard or around your fingers. You have to do a lot more trimming with those sort of methods. The Pom Pom Maker makes it relatively round to begin with. So you're just going to keep trimming it until it's a shape that you like. And you have these two little ends here that you use to tie it. And that's what you can use to attach it to like a little gift or something, or to the top of a hat, or whatever your pom-pom is destined for. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.